Welcome to today's training session. A client has requested us to do a topographical survey of this entire area. So let's speak about what is a topographical survey. It's basically an aerial view or a top-down view of the surface of the earth. So what you want to accomplish in a topographical survey is you want to represent all the features as you would see it on the ground from the top. So whether it's natural features like trees or even buildings, as well as what we would like to measure with the topographical survey is elevation changes. So we would like to give the client contours to make sure that all the drainages, stormwater and sewer lines are well connected and that the designs will have no flaws going forward. Why do we need a topographical survey? Think of it like reading a map before you embark on a journey. Having this information helps us to plan construction projects, calculate costs, prevent drainage problems, protect natural resources and also to resolve property disputes. For this topographical survey, we're going to make use of GNSS equipment for this specific task. On our left side, we have an Emlid Reach RS3 Rover with the latest tilt compensation technology, which will help us a lot today. And then we have a GPS 2-meter carbon fiber pole, we have a controller adapter, a controller, and then going over to our right side, we have an Emlid Reach RS2 Plus receiver with an extension pole, tri-brach, as well as a wooden tripod. So as you can see, our base station is placed on the best possible position with open, clear sky view, and the bubble has already been centered and aligned. Let's speak about the connection between our base and our rover. As you can see, we already have the LoRa antennas connected, so we'll now go into the Emlid Flow app and make sure that both of them are making use of LoRa. The first thing we need to do is we'll have to go into the settings of the device, go to Wi-Fi, and then click on the RS2 Plus base. The password is Emlid Reach, all small letters. We'll click on connect. As you can see, the device is connected. We'll now go to the Emlid Flow app. Click on the RS2 Plus base station, and then as you can see under the base output it's under LoRa radio, but let's just make sure that the settings of the LoRa is correct. So the frequency currently is running on 868, it's outputting at the 20 dBm power and making use of 9.11 kilobytes per second of the air data rate. So that is 100% correct, which will now mean we can go to our rover. So we'll again go to our Wi-Fi settings, look for our RS3 base station, click on it, type in the password, which is again Emlid Reach, same as the base. And as soon as it's connected, we can then go to the Emlid Flow app, click on refresh, and just go to the correction input tab. So always remember, everything going out from the base is correction output. Everything coming into the rover to get a fix is correction input. So your base is always an output, your rover is always an input. So as you can see under the LoRa radio, it is receiving corrections because it is on the same frequency of 868 and it is making use of a 9.11 kilobytes per second air data rate, which is exactly the same, and therefore we have a fix between our base and our rover, which means we're now centimeter level accurate. We can go to our nearest control point, do a site calibration and start with our survey. So we have arrived on our first control point. We'll be taking out the point, doing a site calibration to the specific point and making sure that the calibration was actually successful. So let's first go to survey. We're going to do a point stakeout, add the point, manually select the point, BM1. So as we can see, it's currently at an offset of about 2.9 meters to the south and 1.9 to the east. So we'll go ahead and just measure the point. It will ask us, are we sure we want to measure it at such a great offset? And we'll just say okay. We'll now move over to the site calibration tab, click on add. Under the GNSS point, we'll just click on the S of BM1 and the known point, just click on BM1. The method of calibration, we would like to do horizontal and vertical. And then we'll say calculate, apply. We want to replace the current project parameters. And then it will show us our actual results, the difference in X and difference in Y. And if we're satisfied with that, we can click on accept. Now to just verify that we're actually on the correct position and that the shift has actually been conducted correctly, we'll now go to point stakeout again. Go select the BM1 point again. And now we can suddenly see that the calibration is been successful under 10 millimeters, which now means our site has been calibrated. We can start with work and just verify on another control point to make sure that everything is checking. So we've done our calibration, we've checked that it's actually correct and that our site is actually calibrated. We'll now start with the survey. So the first thing I want to do is under my point names, because this is pretty numerical, I'm just going to say W1000, and then on the code I'll be specific of the feature that I actually measured. So if I measure in a building corner, I'll call it BCNR, for example, building corner, so that I'll know when I import all my data in the CAD software, I'll know which points that I took was building points, which were like outside features, which were trees, which were just normal soil shots or spot shots or paving shots, just to make sure I can distinguish between a boundary and a building when I start drawing my CAD lines. So very important, make sure you make use of the correct descriptions and codes when you do your survey, and that your whole team is on par with the type of codes that you're actually using. So let's start at our boundary wall, and we're going to do a grid of about 10 meters, and any feature we see on the left or the right within that grid that we're walking, we'll just measure in those points as well. So let's go and do that. So we're done with our topographical survey. Let's take the data back into the office, draw the plans, and give it as a final representation to the client of what we saw on site.